That's where the big beating could probably come down in this matchup. And we'll see.
Especially with this area of just 2v1, you can see that's where Avalon, you know, doesn't really get a lot of effect. He is even, I can talk. He has even kind of said it himself, you know, solo queue, you don't get the 2v1 experience. In scrims, it's only, so often. So it's really hard to adjust to that immediately on the stage. Bans coming out, Nunu, Hecarim, and Sej. A lot of power picks on that one that we've been seeing lately. And Lulu and Maokai on the other side for Liquid.
All right, so again, Dominate. He actually draws a Nunu ban this time around. Jungler focus from Winterfox, whereas the Urgot is quite a powerful champion. Keen proved his point. It's actually a lot of mid laners and even top laners and AD carries have picked up playing Urgot on the new patch.
Some years down the road in a time capsule to be like, look at this portion of the season. They were trolling banning Urgot. So, what were they doing?
Urgot has been OP before.
He has,
in the history of League of Legends.
It's crazy.
Urgot has had some of the biggest spikes and dips in power.
Yeah.
From best to worst to strong again, probably.
He's Urgot. He's an amalgamation of parts and abilities and strength.
All right.
So Nidalee picked out here. Avalon, they're going to first pick that on the side of Winterfox as we get right into the picks as the team's throwing them on there. Annie as well as Rek'Sai to be used out. So sure initiation as long as Xpecial has that flash up and the Annie Tibbers, that can be something that Liquid can rely on. What a Winterfox kind of put together here. Sion has definitely been something they've reverted back to just for kind of a safe lane and for sure fight as initiation as well.
Yeah, I always do like quick lock-in of some hard initiation after you see a Nidalee. Because yes, it could be a jungle Nidalee, could still be a solo lane Nidalee as well. And having a flash Tibbers, always strong. Wow, what a front line to go with that Nidalee, though. Probably support Nautilus, probably solo lane Sion. It could be a jungle Sion, though, and Nidalee could go to a solo lane. We'll have to see. Those are very flexible picks, all three of those champions, so Winterfox could easily shuffle those around depending on what lane matchups they see locked in from Team Liquid, as they will have to reveal at least one solo laner here. What will dominate?
Renekton.
Interesting. So a Renekton for Quas. As far as beating up Avalon, Renekton is a very strong, still a very strong laning champion. Yes, he was tweaked a little bit, and some more power was moved towards scaling, but he retains some bully power up in the top lane.
Obviously no stranger for Quas or the team. They used it back in week 1 to defeat Counter Logic Gaming, and they'll try to use Renekton once again here to beat Winterfox. Graves picked up for Piglet, given a little bit of hovering over in homage to his Vayne play, but he does not decide to lock that in. He's looking at a lot of tanks right now, though. Not even a lot, but 2 big tanks that are going to pretty much be able to get to that back line if they want to, whether it be ultimates or a giant body of Sion himself.
Yeah, and this is, you know, much more of a standard team than I really expected from Team Liquid. You know, this is Piglet straying away from the Vayne, away from the Kalista, these high skill cap champions that he's preferred very much recently, and going with much more straightforward, also bursty Graves as well as Annie. So a tremendous amount of burst from what looks to be the duo lane here of Annie and Graves. Looks like a double AD carry will be locked in behind that tremendously strong front line. And it will, I mean, the top lane could still switch around, but I'm assuming that Avalon is going to be the one with Sion, because he's much more tanky player. He just wants to be in there. He can take hits on Sion no matter what happens. And he can lane pretty easily versus whatever is up there. Or he should be able to. We'll see about that Renekton bully.
Oh. Very interesting.
Okay, so against Sion and Nautilus here, going to have the little bit more extended fights where you can play Vladimir.
Go ahead.
Don't have a lot of lockdown here to deal with.
No, it's got to be, it's pretty much an instant front end burst. Hopefully your damage is amplified because Hemo Plague hit, and you kind of get a little bit of oomph on everybody crushing down. I
mean, there is the AoE potential from Team Liquid. They do have a decent amount of burst here.
It's going to be tricky to catch these guys. You got a lot of slippery champions coming out with Nidalee, with Ezreal, even that caliber net, a 90 caliber net, will put Caitlyn in a hard-to-reach position with her long range. But I like the compositions from both teams. Definitely different things in the mind of each team as they created this composition. They saw what the other team had, but they were kind of like, we're still going with this.
Looks like Team Liquid are going to be fairly reliant on flashes to get around the front line and try to lock down this Nidalee, Ezreal, Caitlyn high poke backline from Winterfox.
Well, we'll see if they can crush it down. It's going to be 5-11 Winterfox versus the 8-8 Liquid, who have few struggles throughout the season.
Team Liquid are really getting down to the nitty-gritty here, trying to fight their way into the playoffs.
See if they can do it. These teams are loading into the game. See if you like the comps. Which one do you like better? We'll see. Tweet hashtag WFX win or hashtag TL win to @LOL Esports, and we'll tally those up throughout the games. I like the Safari Caitlyn. The crowd's ready. Some Kappa faces in the crowd, just ready because Kappa, right? We are going to be on to the Rift in just a moment. It's going to be Winterfox versus Team Liquid. So FeniX, Vlad mid, Dorans, and some biscuits.
Yeah, Vlad mid can get very, very annoying because it's a short lane, so he's much more protected in the early game, and he becomes that sustained monster that's ridiculously hard to push out of that mid lane. We'll see if Dominate can make some early moves with Rek'Sai off of a good, strong pillar in the mid lane. FeniX won't be able to create a lot of plays himself, but so hard to push out of lane, and eventually the pressure just builds up from sustaining so long and from shoving so hard. See how he plays it against Ezreal, though. Pobelter, fairly aggressive mid laner. See if he is able to pull off the same sorts of things that he does in the mid lane when he's on Assassins. Again, this is another deviation from the normal strategy from Winterfox, where they have Pobelter Assassin, hard lockdown from Helios and Avalon. This time around, the lockdown's not guaranteed from Avalon. It's not point and click. They do have Gleeb with point and click, not assault, but Avalon will have to have well-placed Sion ultimates and then land his skill shots. And then they do not have an assassin. They have a backline, poke-heavy backline, that will also be skill shot reliant for Winterfox.
Saw that turret in the bottom lane. Did see Piglet, but it was also in range of the turret, so he gets 1 CS to start the game. We'll see if he can carry that into a lead. Where do they decide to go from here? You know, seeing those early wards, one of these times, just think somebody could put 2 members on the stair, hit it 3 times when they place it. Yeah. Then you're screwed.
Well, also, whenever you have a Sion in the game, I'm always curious if they're going to try and pull off one of the cheesy first blood kills, try and circle around behind him.
Go in and poke him once.
Poke him while he's suiciding to it. But won't happen this time. There is going to be an invade from Xpecial. He's been seen.
Oh, yep.
Did Helios see that there was
a little minion?
Did he see it attack him? If he's paying attention, he'll know. He's still going to go for it. That's smart to make Xpecial try and tank it, take the damage. Xpecial should know that Helios does not have smite.
Oh, no.
Because Helios has the Krug buff visible on his hands there. He's just going to have to worry about his life.
This is great play by Xpecial here. His Piglet, rather, is getting solo farm to himself. Helios really slowed down in the jungle. Let's see if Dominate can use this to his advantage.
A long delay of the jungle. The double jungle does come there from Avalon, as he, on Sion, is one of the champions where you can actually 2 versus 1. So he's headed to the lane. He's going to try and soak up experience for a while. Count those ranged minions. See how far. It looks like it's not frozen, and it looks like Avalon will
push a little bit.
Will get to soak up some experience. So let's see if they go with a dive or if they send Quas top to do the same. Looks like they are going to come down, try and punish Avalon for this. He'll see them come in. Looks like he's going to make the decision to peace out. Later, guys. So the wave has been successfully controlled here from Team Liquid. They don't let Avalon soak it up. Don't want to let Sion get a early experience start.
They're also, looks like they're trying to keep somewhat the same going on here. A bit of a push towards the turret coming in from Altec, but he's farther off and letting it push towards him. So won't be getting that top turret as fast as Team Liquid might get this bottom.
Big range minion line that Avalon and Gleeb still get to soak up here. So they get a decent amount of experience as Dominate and Quas head up to the top side of the map to do the same. The only thing is Altec has been able to bounce the wave already. So the wave control in Winterfox's favor this early on. However, because of the quick shove there, early little boost of gold for Team Liquid. The gold is easily going to be recouped, though, because of that wave. That
almost. Chilling Smite right out of the river. Walked over a ward. Wait, they can still make this work. Piglet gets himself to safety there. Blowing his flash.
Good skill shots landing.
Yep.
So yeah, Caitlyn can easily recoup a decent amount of the gold up top.
Yeah.
Altec gonna prune the wave and keep it in front of his turret.
Nice little dancing there. Also, we've seen difference between Nidalee junglers. We see Meteos on Nidalee, and he'll go and farm his face off. With a little bit of pressure, Helios kind of decides to go for ganks right away.
Yeah, he went to go try and help them shove the lane up. But man, see how much Quas will be hurt. Looks like he was able to pressure it a little bit. It's still going to freeze in front of this lane. Altec can keep it here. Experience disadvantage for Team Liquid. And Quas teleporting right back. Should be able to... teleporting right back onto that. Oh, no. He left on a Caitlyn trap. Level 5 Altec on Caitlyn. Going to try and bully this cloth armor Doran's Blade Renekton.
Yep.
Whereas Avalon on Sion, especially with the help that he got from the Nidalee early. Let's see if they punish Quas. He's got a ward there. But Winterfox do not want to let Quas get an experience range. So 3 lanes of experience worth of minions coming in for Winterfox. And Team Liquid only getting 2 as Quas continue to be zoned out here. Helios and Gleeb heading up to the top lane to zone him as well.
Good choice.
Mid lane, though.
Good choice by Pobelter to start backing. FeniX just hit 6, but so did Pobelter. Maybe able to get that true shot barrage off. Give himself some breathing room. Yeah.
He does really want to get his early tier, though. So that's why he was thinking about going for the back. Also pretty low.
He actually has 1,400 gold, so he could have been stacking that up quite a bit ago. The pressure from FeniX. He's been putting it on strong.
Vlad mid, this is going to get worse from here on out. Really annoying to deal with. Constant sustain. Helios also headed up top, so they don't want to let Quas get this experience.
Very lax kind of turret pressure there. Dominate got himself way too into a dangerous of a situation. Thought he had the upper hand there, but
they want to go
Winterfox
again here. Helios circles around.
Oh, what a nice hit. The W does not kill him, however. The heal from Altec saves them. They're still going to try to poke shots at Quas. And they're trading the turret back and forth. One last call of the Meek. He does pick up the kill.
But mission accomplished. The wave will continue to die to the turret. This is Winterfox's focus, and it's been a really strong early game focus here on minion wave control and experience discrepancies. Not only that, but they got kills for it as well. So first blood, plus the kills, plus the turret gonna push back, or the wave gonna push back. So Team Liquid definitely having some problems as far as the lane swap and controlling that.
Yeah.
Sion just brings so much. He's ridiculously good in the 2 versus 1.
We saw what Zion Spartan was doing with the other day. He said, I don't know, they just couldn't do damage to me. They couldn't hurt me.
Sion is just ridiculous at the point, right now.
Well,
he's a true zombie.
To great effect. Yeah, put it that way.
But man, I mean, Winterfox were also talking about how they actually got a coach that they feel like is a true coach very recently. And all the members on the team had nothing but good things to say about the new coach they picked up. I feel like the early game, it definitely is showing. This time around, very rarely do we see this strong of an early game from Winterfox, but the side lane control, the focus on denying large minion waves to the top laner, getting Renekton behind is huge. He will definitely have a hard time keeping up tank for tank versus a Sion later in the game.
Right, because that's all he wants to be anyways. See this pressure here now from Avalon, 48 to 26. Not something we normally see from Avalon to have such an advantage in that lane, but he's been doing well, keeping the beast alive down there.
Team Liquid's hopes, though, rest on FeniX. The Vladimir mid is working for them, and now he's got his sustain already. He's got spell vamp, so he'll continue to pressure Pobelter. See if he can do enough, though, because Ezreal just wants to farm up to his Muramana Trinity Force. Good guess. Oh, no, they have a ward there as well. Close shot, then. He just wants to farm up, stack his tier, and try and get Muramana Trinity Force, where they really can start to use the double AD carry power.
I was going to say, what has Avalon accrued here? And it looks like he went back. Starting up. Frozen Heart, possibly, along with something else. Spirit Vision, maybe, as he gets to it. To deal with that Vladimir and Annie. Piglet now pushing the bottom lane as Dominate approaches as well. They actually may pressure something towards Dragon here without Vision on Avalon.
And remember, this is a really important game. Team Liquid currently tied. They can still make it into playoffs. They have
right,
to beat
they're
out
kind of
Gravity.
sitting in the no man's lander
Yeah,
at this point.
Someone else. Top of my head, can't remember. But Winterfox also trying to get a seed so they can choose their opponent. Promotion relegation.
So, few pushes that don't go too far for either team. They decide to back. We'll see what they come back to lane with. Double tier stack going on now for both Winterfox, Helios, and Pobelter. So a bit of lull in damage here. We'll see if Team Liquid can actually take advantage of this if they approach any objectives. Again, FeniX keeps cutting in and taking the Raptors. We don't really see that from mid laners too much anymore. It used to be go and steal a Wraith, take your own Wraith. Now
Xiao's definitely still a big fan.
Always. But now FeniX actually giving that treatment over to Winterfox here in the jungle.
All right, let's see what they can do with this Sion, who's got quite a big lead. They've left Quas for quite a while after taking the turret. Now they're leaving Quas up top, trading a bit of farm going back to Quas for this dragon control. Dragon number 1 here should go over to Winterfox. Even with Rek'Sai coming down, I feel like Quas is so far behind just because even though he's caught up a little bit in the last minute in CS, he hasn't gone back to purchase with that money, just sitting on the Ninja Tabai. Well, not want to do anything about it.
Timer is better than nothing. So they get that, at least for the next contest. They'll have the roundabout. Still good pressure in the mid here. FeniX trying to take Pobelter out, but the safety just too easy for Ezreal to just flash out or arcane shift. You can see him trying to keep tabs on FeniX though, as well as push the lane. FeniX almost taking his Raptor, but he leaves it for Dominate to smite the big one. Sure, a friend of that.
Let's see what happens when the top laners meet up once again. Because the wave is right in front of Avalon's turret. There's no vision for Quas. Bottom looks to be the focus, though, as Winterfox bring down some jungle pressure to help with turret damage. Ranged jungler plus Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And whittle that sucker down. Piglet doing his best, keeping up in CS, even though 2 versus 3 down there. And Quas doesn't want to face the Sion, so goes for some deep wards instead. And a little jungle scavenging.
Actually, I like that ward placed by Avalon just outside the try. Might have seen Quas head into the jungle to place some wards, so knows he may have some people coming up behind him if it comes to that. But the vision of Team Liquid is actually in the bottom of the map here. Winterfox knows, and they actually get scryed out by Piglet, so they're not going to be getting any advantage out of that bush control. Not too many deep wards now being placed by Winterfox as they were earlier. Team Liquid's able to take control of their own jungle now. Very close game at just about 19,000 gold apiece in that first dragon going over to Winterfox. Quas steals what he can in that top side jungle. 135 to 115. FeniX still trying to give the treatment over to Pobelter. But he's getting everything he wants. Stacking that tier and playing it safe.
Let's see, the ward does see Helios. He also is stacking up a tier. Just taking it slowly as they scale up. Dominate happy to hard farm his own jungle as well. Looks like Caitlyn down bottom by herself though. It's a little bit safer. Feel like Team Liquid are gonna have to group up and make use of a flash Annie stun to really try and take control. They want to grab this one back. Already though, jungle invade from top laner in support rather than Helios.
We're going to see, watching Xpecial to see where his roam goes. You were talking about that flash Tibbers, and it is available. It would have been a nice moment to happen there as Winterfox placed some more forward wards, trying to keep it on the plate and get themselves an advantage.
Yeah, I feel like they want to try and make use of it sooner rather than later. Both tiers are stacking up.
Oh, yeah.
Sion also stacks up because he gets health after everything he kills. So there's a lot of, and the double AD factor. It's going to be difficult because Quas being so heavily kept down, even if he builds full armor, it's going to be hard to get to the point where he'll be able to survive both these double AD carries. It's just a rough early game. Maybe Vladimir will be able to do some zoning because FeniX is the large point of power here for Team Liquid and continuing to keep that pressure at mid that we are looking for.
If they can find that situation where everybody kind of focuses FeniX, but he can pool out of it and call in a lot of the resources of Winterfox, I think that fight may be able to go in their favor. We saw that happening with teammates Cali Trolls. They just try to initiate too much on the Vlad, and what looks like a good initiation falls in favor of your opponent. It's all easier said than done right now. Both teams really haven't found a fight in the last few minutes. Still good that with those charging tiers, we were able to see Winterfox pick up first dragon, even though they were kind of in a lull.
Yeah. So far, this is such good news for Winterfox. This bodes very well for the team. You know, heading towards the end of the season here.
Yep.
Whichever tournament they do play in, because they've been able to stray away from their binary play style, which was always just hard engage, Pobelter on assassin.
Right.
They actually have
kill people.
They actually have quite a good late game here with attack. Oh, there's a there it is, the flash stun.
That's the pick they were looking for. Double teleport almost at the same time. I think that is going to be Quas's first, so he may try to lock down Avalon immediately on the backside of that. The true shot barrage comes across nicely from Pobelter, and we'll see what they can clean up. Avalon very big from being in that top lane, but he cannot 4v1 the situation. Belter's Mystic shots are missing. He may have a blue buff, but it's not enough to keep the chase going. It's going to be a 1 for 2.
Winterfox there calling down the teleport after Helios got 100%ed without getting anything off. They do give up an extra kill, but not much bleeding here for Winterfox, so they're still fine. And you could see how much, I believe he was already level 11. I didn't see what level Pobelter was when he cast that, but it looked like the damage from a level 11, you know, rank 2 ultimate from Ezreal. He was able to pick up a good kill. Ooh, Arcane shift forward, and
was level 11.
Is some support for him. But anyway, yeah, the late game scaling. Oh, never mind. Xpecial comes in for another stun.
Pobelter a little too far forward. That's the safety of Ezreal though on the arcane shift. But they have to be careful. They cannot stand toe-to-toe with him being that low now and no life steal. Bottom lane still being pushed here as Team Liquid has to organize in mid.
The attack speed bonuses here from Winterfox that they can apply to Caitlyn, both from the Ezreal as well as the Nidalee. Not usual attack speed slows that you think of, or attack speed increases that you think of, but they can actually apply both of those to Altec early on in the game.
Primal Surge and Essence
and get some very good damage output from this Caitlyn with Infinity Edge already. Very deceptive late game here with the attack speed bonuses from Winterfox and the double AD.
It's a really good point. Let's see if they tag Altec with those abilities. Get him going for this turret. Right now they're focusing on healing themselves, as it may actually turn into a fight. Xpecial gets hit up there, hooked and in. That's Tibbers going down just as fast as he did there when he has to walk it in. It's a little too telegraphed for the team. Avalon doing a little walking in of his own, but didn't get anybody on the ultimate.
Yeah, one of the biggest pain points for any players, along with poke like Xerath, is really big super tank front lines, because she has to get around them to try and stun her priority targets coming from the support role. Ooh. Here comes the poke coming into play from Winterfox.
Dominate could have a great pop-up there, but it would probably cost him his life. He would only be getting the pop-up, and they're going to back off. So good pressure on the turret. Once FeniX is down, you can see only Piglet there to clear waves. And Winterfox was able to still get damage on the turret.
And remember, with the turret changes, the shield is no longer there to defend against poke for the mid lane, and it's greatly reduced on the side lane. So poke comp's much more viable after those changes. because you don't really hit that block in the mid game. They got a decent amount of damage there after their kill. Again, we'll see if Xpecial can work around these giant frontline tanks. Very difficult for the Annie without flash. He does have distortion on his Moby boots now, though. So at least he will have reduced cooldown on his flash.
So what?
Come again, marching in.
Oh dear. I was gonna say, what's on the plate for Team Liquid? They're only looking at one turret down right now. What's the best path for them right now?
Like I said, I was in Champions League. This is a very simple comp here from Team Liquid. Renekton, very simple frontliner, doesn't have a lot of surprise factor. Basically, the only surprise factor for Team Liquid are the flashes from Annie and Rek'Sai. Other than that, it's a very standard little team fight that they have. And without vision control here, it's going to be hard to pull off some sort of pick with Annie. And it's just going to be very difficult for them to deal with all of this long-range damage from Winterfox. And once the tank line gets strong enough that Avalon and Gleeb can zone out Annie and try and deny that flash play to the back line, we may see Team Liquid get much more desperate. And try something that, you know, they're famous for their attempts at sneaking Baron. Maybe they'll go for some push plays here. Ward, minion side wave control is possible with Rek'Sai since they have an extra teleport here. They have not only their top laner but also Rek'Sai. Maybe they can make a side lane play. Special flash back up though.
Going to be tough. Right now we have Avalon pushing the top lane. This mid turret should go down as Liquid is able to put a bit of pressure here that is unanswered by Winterfox. That's something they had to let happen though. It's just pretty much the clock of the game. But can Liquid pressure this even more? Top lane's going to have to be taken into account now by Quas. He goes up there and we were talking about, you know, Quas trying to take the Raptors, Pobelter grabbing that away. Those little things are in a compound as well. As Team Liquid gets deeper vision in their jungle from Winterfox. If people are trying to take that Raptor, they don't have their sweepers up.
Name of the game is, again, siege up here for Winterfox. They bring their poke to town.
Oh, hello.
Side vision up. He's dead.
Oh! Gets the hook just on the end. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think the hook actually hit the wall, and the Sion smash hit him. That should be Dominate going down. He does get hit. 35 seconds on the clock for him. Xpecial kind of timbers, goes right down next to him just because he found it. And Winterfox coming up big there. Gleeb just missing on the anchor toss.
Very
necessary
that up right flash from Piglet.
Yes. So Winterfox comes out very big there in the jungle. FeniX taking a bit of a bad route.
Yeah, man. Ward up your sides with the wards from Winterfox.
We were just talking about losing that vision.
Straight back up. You have a poke comp. Go siege up. Start poking. I hate to. I mean, I think it's just the.
You what? You what?
The difference in Winterfox play is so drastic.
Yeah. No, that's so true.
Oh, he misses Piglet. Now.
Almost timed it.
I mean, usually we say like there's a big delay before coaching changes really show up in the LCS. I guess it's been, it's been multiple weeks. I guess it's been a couple weeks now. But the early game was such a good start for Winterfox. Okay, let's see. FeniX just walks right in.
So he was seen by the pink.
Plenty of wards.
He was just trying to get deep.
Trail of wards.
Yeah, he walked over everything.
Try and defend. So Team Liquid, they really look out of sorts right now. Like I said, they picked a team comp that's very, very simple in what you can do with it. And since they didn't win the early game, they're just all out of sorts here, scrambling through their own jungle, faced with a very strong poke comp with a beefy front line that they cannot get around without the flash engages, and they're crumbling under the pressure. Just don't expect to see anything different here from Winterfox. They have the strengths. They're playing to the strengths of their team, the champions that they've chosen.
They just
siege back up.
Spiked even harder. Seraph's Embrace just finished up. A 23-minute Muramana now finished up by Pobelter, so he spikes even harder. And he got that tier a little late even. He was sitting on 1,500 gold before he could go back, so he was prioritizing getting that charged up. And this is going very well for them. Winterfox, they could take this game and then bring the momentum into a game against Coast, which should still be a win for them. So 2 good wins here could come up for
Winterfox. such a good new look from Winterfox.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can end it though, because they have also had problems in the late stages of the game.
That's a good point.
As far as shot calling is concerned. So they have the advantage. They are very clear with what their advantage is and the strengths in sieging up. See if they can actually finish it though. Because Xpecial, he's looking for that game-changing flash stun from Annie. You four-man stand
like that. Going in, he took a lot of damage in the beginning, and it's not immediately going to kill Pobelter. He's on the edge hitting. Hemoplague is still ticking on a few of the members, and FeniX to the back line cannot take down Pobelter. That was their focus. Kobe, this front line it takes cannot be broken.
And the double AD carries did exactly what you have to, stand far apart from each other so that they both don't get hit by a stun.
Right.
Xpecial was only able to get Avalon and Pobelter, I believe, with that flash stun. And if you still have the Caitlyn free firing from the back there, good job by Winterfox peeling instead of diving. Yeah. They've changed pretty much everything about their playstyle. Not only do they not have Pobelter on Assassin, but they've changed the way that they're playing the game accordingly. They're peeling back, defending their backline rather than trying to dive in. Everything going much, much better for the squad. So he flashes in. He did get Pobelter. Yeah. So he got Pobelter and Avalon, which is fairly decent, but Altec on the outside, and Helios hit him with a spear as he flashed in as well.
So bad.
Then the tanks peel back.
Oh, that
Avalon
hook
soaks up.
Oh. Sorry, Kobe.
Gleeb, they brought Gleeb back in for a reason, Riv.
Yeah, that was a good choice as well. What a hook. Timed immediately as FeniX came out of being invulnerable, or rather untargetable, I should say, not invulnerable.
So maybe Winterfox have finally ironed out all the difficulties. They've been changing so many parts, changing coaches, changing AD carries, changing positions, changing substitutes, and now
it's almost the same for both teams. It's who's been able to kind of write those quicker.
Both teams have been changing a lot of things here. Team Liquid finally settling on Piglet for the last few weeks here, but still struggling.
Not really finding the composition that works with these guys. Coming in, like you were saying about that coaching, Winterfox, the way they express how the coaching works is something different. You know, people will say, yeah, the coach is helping us with this or that, but you know it's real from them. It's kind of like when you heard what Diamond said Leviathans was doing for Gambit. He's changing our personalities. He's changing this and that. And while it may not be the extent coming from Winterfox's new coach, he's working the right things that need to be worked.
Looks to be the case. I like the game plan this time around, and the execution as well. A lot of the credit has to go to the players. Because we're actually just guessing that it's this coach's impact. It could very well have been the players grouping up.
Things like this as well could be a communication fix, right? These people are only talking during fights. Let's clean things up. Things look much more organized in that sense as well, so we could also say that. Could be a lot of things, but whether it was just on paper or not, they're making it happen in the game.
Good scrying orb there from Piglet. They do have... You don't really sneak Barons against Team Liquid. They always have their eye on it.
Oh, Quas taking so much damage just from a few shots there. That's going to be the depth charge going over to Xpecial. He's caught up. He's taken down. No chance to even get the Tibbers out this time. And it looks like they are going to get everything they want for dinner here. Quas is going to be the next thing. It was just Xpecial as an appetizer. It'll take him a little bit. Altec almost getting hit up on the flank there from FeniX. He's always trying to get to the back line, which means he's not in the front with the rest of the team trying to make the fight scattered as Team Liquid tries to pull these into their favor.
Man, really, really looking like the pressure is getting to Team Liquid here. The slow decline after getting knocked out of 4th place all the way to the bottom of the standings, and the pressure looks like it's too much. In-game as well, starting to scramble around, getting caught out in their own jungle, not being able to clear out the vision.
Right.
Really on the back foot here. Ever since the very beginning of this game and the wave control from Winterfox in the lane swap. Yes, Sion is a great tool to have on your team to come out with a great lane swap just because he's so good at it, but oh god, he walked on a Caitlyn trap as well as hit it by his... oh god, that is so painful. Oh my god, and he gets smited for it too. Whew. Helios on the Nidalee, by the way. Let's give some shout-outs to the individual performances of the players on Winterfox.
That's when you just look at your team and you're like, guys, that just happened. Nothing I can do.
Holy moly.
That just happened. Pobelter and the team making those things
It's
happen.
frustrating sometimes on Rek'Sai. Yes, you know, the sonar passive or whatever you want to call it is a great boon when you're searching around, but you can't see anything that's laid on the ground. It's walking over trap after trap, getting hit by spears that you can't see coming. Dominate took a lot there.
Helios taking full advantage of the blind Rek'Sai as she was in the ground. 1 minute onto Dragon, the focus from Winterfox towards this side of the map. Team Liquid still have good clear. Once they get to these inhibitor turrets, I can't see the turrets going down that easily without Winterfox crashing through. Wow, Quas is in the entire team here. He tries to teleport in for the fight. He puts on Dominus. He's doing good damage to Altec here. He's going to be able to take him down. That is a lot of the DPS for the front line gone. Avalon's going to get hit up here as well. Pobelter from the side can only offer a little bit, but Team Liquid has been pushed in so far up until this point. Will they be able to pressure, or do they actually get re-engaged on? Still 30 seconds onto Altec. Piglet way too far forward here. FeniX goes in. Piglet staying alive with one last shot. Wow.
Can FeniX get
Team
all that
Liquid
too? Yeah.
somehow dancing this one out. On their toes the entire time, playing it safe.
Notice how, Piglet was defending his front line there. When the tank got low, he stepped up as the AD carry to threaten Winterfox so that they could not finish off his tank. He didn't back off. He played very aggressively on this Graves. As they're even behind, they knew that they had to make a play here. With the pick that they got, their opening is very... it's gone already. Does he pick up a kill, though? No, not low enough.
Nothing.
So there we go. That is a small amount of breathing room for Team Liquid.
I thought he was gone.
Home guard teleport,
He pulled the right move.
So, huge flank from Quas. It's either a flank or a flash. Oh, Quicksilver was burned from Altec there, too.
Sticking on him, though.
Xpecial goes straight for him. Does land the stun. Piglet got the ultimate from the backline, and they finish him off. That spear from Helios, if that had not hit, then it would have been a completely different story. And a clean sweep there for Team Liquid. But let's watch as this ensues, because Dominate gets super low. When he gets hooked and speared back in, Piglet immediately steps up, and he forces Winterfox off of Rek'Sai to back up. Man, that stun from Xpecial.
100 HP.
The stun from Xpecial, and then the burst there. FeniX is still very strong on this Vladimir as well. We saw the combo of damage. Whew.
It's the mentality you got to have. You do as much damage if you're going to go down. Sometimes you stay alive, and Piglet found himself there. He's only got 4 assists, though. Obviously, it would be nicer if he had them in kills, but his items are being created. He's just the last Whisper behind right now, but he's just maxing for that crit with the Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge. So core items finished around. Now Xpecial with that Righteous Glory can get a little bit more to offer with the ultimates. We've seen a few coming into play so far.
Remember, though, that play was just with a teleport home guard flank. That is a long...
From the guy who's been having a tough game, Quas.
Yeah, you definitely get props for pulling that off, but it has a very long cooldown.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, there we go, no flash. It's a very long cooldown, and that plus the the anti-flash, the flanny. They
got that flanny move.
They only get flanny once every so often. So without those two surprise moves, it's so simple for Winterfox to group up once again.
Oh, Quas. His Dominus is up, but I don't know about the rest. Can FeniX get a nice Hemo play again? It's already bent down. Avalon and the rest of the team have a nice position to kind of stand there and let the front line be the wall, let the back line do the damage. Textbook fight coming in there for Winterfox.
And they will be able to get Baron afterwards.
That was
what
clean.
A pickup. This squad with Baron is probably going to be game over. If you bring that much poke with the strong front lines and Baron's buff, they can probably make their game-ending push with this Baron. Let's see what they go back and purchase.
Yeah, that answers my question to how do Winterfox deal with the pressure and wave clear of Team Liquid at the inhibitor turrets. They just go ahead and grab Baron out of a very nice ace. 33 minutes in, Winterfox playing right as rain right now. Also another Quicksilver Sash for Pobelter. They're keeping themselves super safe. They're not even going to require peel from the front line.
Let's see what Team Liquid come up with. Backs against the wall. They have to make another surprise play. They've got flashes. They do not have the home guard teleport, but Quas does have flash as well. So checking the death brush like there, or did that go through blue? I think he might have been going for blue. But he very well could have just been checking one of those brush setups, because those are the plays that Team Liquid have to pull off. Brush hunches, pulling off flashes from Quas and Xpecial to again assassinate the AD carries, both of which have Quicksilvers. Altec looks to be just off a cooldown now. And here comes the siege. Attack speed buff onto Caitlyn, and the turret is toast.
They have really nothing to get to the back line of
Xpecial looking for it. Altec and Pobelter are grouped up.
There's, oh no! Oh, the Righteous Glory went off, and it was just enough of an alert for Winterfox to back off of the inhibitor turret. And it looks like they get everything they want, and the first inhibitor here. Tibbers, he's going to help watch it go down.
Winterfox just have to peel back whenever.
Oh, the hooks onto Xpecial just keep happening. The Eagle Eye Gleeb with the anchor tosses. This could be the final fight coming in. Winterfox is taking a bit, though, as they weren't able to organize who was taking the damage. Now that they have their sights set, it's going to be Dominate. Now on to FeniX. He could be the next one to go down. No more Sanguine Pool for him. Coming out of Zanya's, he is toast. That's the double kill coming up for Pobelter. The AD carry, or double AD comp, 2 times in a row working, and we're going to see it for Winterfox this time.
And Avalon goes down to the Nexus turret so that he can kill it faster with his passive.
All the plays.
Oh, he gets
the mechanics. Quas doing what he can. A Renekton that was pushed so far back this game, making a few plays, but too little, too late, as Winterfox picks up a win over Team Liquid.
A much-needed win, as Winterfox are jockeying for position at the bottom of the standings, and a great sign for the future of Winterfox.